We rise for Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gerula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gohor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai, lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo, Ushemo echad. You may be seated. It is now our responsibility as part of the service, at least as those who envisioned this afternoon service, to tell our story from creation to redemption. This is the one where it is not in the Machzor. Behind the scenes, I'll tell you, all of the clergy I know, nobody likes what was in the Machzor. So we've rebuilt it from the structure of what was there and added some music that should go well thematically with it. But let's start almost at the beginning. Genesis 1, the end of the chapter. And God saw all that God had made and found it very good. There was evening, there was morning, the sixth day. By the way, that is why all of our holidays start the night before. When you read Genesis, it's not there was morning, there was evening, there was evening, there was morning. It's right there. It's been in the scroll for thousands of years. It's the way it's always been. Okay. The heaven and the earth were finished in all their array, and on the seventh day God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done. Such is the story of heaven and earth when they were created. Vayar Elohim et kol asher asa, v'hine tov me'od. Vayar Elohim et kol asher asa, v'hine tov me'od. There was evening, there was morning, there was evening, there was morning. High voices, try this part. There was evening, there was morning, there was evening, there was morning. Vayerev, vayivoker, tov me'od. Vayerev, vayivoker, tov me'od. Vayar Elohim et kol asher asa, v'hine tov me'od. Vayar Elohim et kol asher asa, v'hine tov me'od. Pick any part you like at this point. There was evening, there was morning, there was evening, there was morning. Vayerev, vayivoker, tov me'od. Vayerev, vayivoker, tov God said to Avram, "Go forth from your native land and from your father's house to the land that I will show you. I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and curse those who curse you. And all the families of the earth shall bless themselves by you." Lechilach, to a land that I will show you. Lech lecha, to a place you do not know. Lechilach, on your journey I will bless you, and you shall be a blessing. And you shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing, Lechilach. I can hear a few of you singing. It's harder to hear where you are, so sing louder. You'll actually hear each other. Lechilach, and I shall make your name great. Lech lecha, and all shall praise your name. Lechilach, to the place that I will show you. L'simchat chayim, l'simchat chayim, l'simchat chayim, Lechilach. When God revealed the Torah, no bird chirped, no fowl beat its wings, no ox bellowed, the angels did not sing, the sea did not stir, no creature uttered a sound. The world was silent and still, and the divine voice spoke. It's traditional when we do the 10 Commandments to please rise. Anochi Adonai Elohecha asher hotzeiticha me'eretz Mitzrayim mi beit avadim. Please join me. I, the Eternal, am your God, who led you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Lo yeh lecha Elohim acherim al panai. You shall have no other gods besides me. Lo tisa et shem Adonai Elohecha lashav. You shall not invoke the name of your eternal God with malice. Zachor et yom hashabat lekadsho. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Kabed et avicha ve'et imecha. Honor your father and your mother. Lo tirtzach. You shall not murder. Lo tinaf. You shall not commit adultery. Lo tignov. You shall not steal. Lo ta'aner v'reacha ed shaker. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. Lo tachmod. You shall not covet. And we receive the 10 Commandments with this affirmation. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. You may be seated. As we've been speaking about, we've been through our ups and downs. We went from high moments to tough moments, the Babylonian exile, which I think was best put to music by Jimmy Cliff. By the rivers of Babylon, where we lay down, and there we wept, for we remembered Zion again. By the rivers of Babylon, where we lay down, and there we wept, for we remembered Zion. And the wicked carried us away, captivity required from us a song. How can we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? And the wicked carried us away, captivity required from us a song. How can we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? So let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in your sight, Adonai. So let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in your sight, Adonai. We were spread all throughout the earth. One of those places was, we think about still today, the land of Ukraine. So many of us have roots there in Ukraine. And it was there where Rebbe Nachman of Bratslav inspired his people, his Hasidim, and in ways that have spilled over and spread to us as well. Kol haolam kulo gesher tzameo v'ha'ika lo lefachet kam. The whole world is a very narrow bridge, and I say the most important part is not to be afraid. The whole world is a very narrow bridge, and I say the most important part is not to be afraid. Kol haolam kulo gesher tzameo v'ha'ika lo lefachet kam. The whole world is a very narrow bridge, and I say the most important part is not to be afraid. The whole world is a very narrow bridge, and I say the most important part is not to be afraid. We eventually were able to officially return. We should keep in mind that at any time, all throughout the years of diaspora, there were still Jews living in the land of Israel. But we were able to once again regain the land and have our own self-determination, even though it's been rough. It's been rough. But that doesn't mean that we can't continue our hopes, our prayers, and especially the prayers for peace. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. salam. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Ve'al kulam. It is time for some Torah. And we need someone to open the ark for us. Who's going to open the ark? Come on up. I need an ark opener. Come on up. Someone to open the ark. Mindy, Mike, come on. Please rise. Go ahead. Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai ve'ein kema'asecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha b'chol dor v'ador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed, Adonai hoz le'amo yitein, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. We're reading from a different one this afternoon. Okay, you can go ahead and close it. Ki mitzion tetze Torah, ki mitzion tetze Torah, udevar Adonai mirushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah Torah, le'amo Yisrael. Bikdushato, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh v'norah Shemo. We're going to gather around the table down here. Lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach hahod ki ho b'shamayim uvaretz ki ho b'shamayim uvaretz Lecha Adonai hamamlacha V'amid na'aseh lecho lerosh. Pull the cover off, thank you. I don't remember who's first. Are you first or is Bay first? You're second? Are you first? Oh, so you get the yod. Let me grab the remote. If I can find the remote. Is it on the table? No, it's not on the table. Okay, well, here we go. Yes, it is. Thank you very much. Okay. There we go. Let's make sure we're in the right place. You're reading like Kedoshim, right? Leviticus stuff, yes? Are you at the beginning? Okay, let's, okay, you could put it down. So we do this as a community. Come, as close as you're comfortable. We're going to do one set of blessing us all together, so we don't do the repeat because it's all of us together. And then we're going to read Torah we know we don't have our full complement of prepared Torah readers, so we'll see what happens after Bay starts reading. Bay will start reading, and we know Shoshana is going to pick up at some point, and there may be some in between. We'll find out. But first, let's bless. Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach, Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol hamim, v'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el kol adat b'nei Yisrael, va'amarta alehem kedoshim tihu, ki kadosh ani Adonai Elohechem. Ish imo va'aviv tira'u va'et shabtotai tishmorhu ani Adonai Elohechem. Al tifnu el ha'elilim ve'lohei maseha. Oh wait.
Yes,
Maseha.
you're doing great.
Lo ta'asu lachem. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
It was me confused, not you. You were doing absolutely perfect. Okay, now let's see. Where do you pick up? Do you know?
Yeah, ובקוצרכם את קציר ארצכם.
Oh, okay, you got it. And there it is on the screen. Okay.
Oh, now I lost it. ובקוצרכם את קציר ארצכם, לא תכלה פאת שדך לקצור, ולקט קצירך לא תלקט, וכרמך לא תעולל, ופרד כרמך לא תלקט. לעני ולגר תעזוב אותם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. לא תגנבו, לא תכחשו ולא תשקרו. איש בעמיתו, ולא תשבו בשמי לשקר. וחיללת את שם אלוהיך. אני אדוני, לא תעסוק את רעיך ולא תגזול. לא תלין פעולת שכיר איתך עד בוקר. לא תקלל חירש, ולפני עיוור לא תיתן מכשול. ויראת מאלוהיך, אני אדוני. לא תעשו עוול במשפט. לא תישא פני דל ולא תעדר פני גדול. בצדק תשפוט עמיתך. לא תלך רכיל בעמך, לא תעמוד על דם רעיך. אני אדוני. לא תשנא את אויביך בלבבך, הוכח תוכיח את עמיתך. לא תישא עליו חטא, לא תקום ולא תיטור את בני עמך, ואהבת לרעך כמוך, אני אדוני.
Okay, now let's see. It's going to skip to the next part. You know what? We're good. We're going to stop there. There we go. Okay, so let's bless after. Now, if you want, the tradition is when you do the blessing, you're meant to hold the atzei chaim, the handle. So if anyone wants to hold or connect to someone who's holding, so you can like connect on down the line, and we'll do the blessing after. You can connect if you want. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech Asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. And now we lift. I'm going to need some help. If people want to head back to where they're at, don't sit yet until it's ready. But first, let's do the lift. So you do the lift so that everybody can see that there's stuff actually written on it, which you can all see, but it's traditional, so. V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei v'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Awesome. Ready? You can help. This is heavier than the one we usually use. Wait. First the breastplate. And now the yod. Thank you. And those who would like to accompany me up here to open the ark, and we'll put it in. There's one. Thank you. I think we have to sing something. Don't do anything yet. Wait. Behold, a good doctrine has been given you. Do not forsake it. It is a tree of life to those who hold it fast, and all who cling to it find happiness. Its ways are ways of pleasantness, and all its paths are peace. It's chayim hi lemachazikim ba v'tom cheha meushar diracheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva Chadesh Yamenu Chadesh Yamenu Kekedem. Thank you. Yesher koch to all of our Torah blessers and especially to our Torah readers. You can head back to your spots unless you're helping me with Haftarah. That would be GJ. Am I doing the blessings again? Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar binvim tovim v'ratza v'divrehem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'Torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'vinvieh ha'emet v'tzedek.
The word of the Lord came to Jonah, son of Amittai. Go at once to Nineveh, that great city, and proclaim judgment upon it, for their wickedness has come before me. Jonah, however, started off to flee to Tarshish, away from the Lord's service. He went down to Joppa, found a ship going to Tarshish. He paid his fare, went aboard to sail with the others to Tarshish, away from the service of the Lord. But the Lord cast a mighty wind upon the sea, and such a tempest came upon the sea that the ship was in danger of breaking up. In their fright, the sailors cried out, each to his own god, and they flung the ship's cargo overboard to make it lighter for them. Jonah, meanwhile, had gone down into the hold of the vessel, where he lay down and fell asleep. The captain came over to him and cried out, "How can you be sleeping so soundly? Up, call upon your God. Perhaps that God will be kind to us and we will not perish." The men said to one another, "Let us cast lots to find out on whose account this misfortune has come upon us." They cast the lots, and the lot fell to Jonah. They said to him, "Tell us who you are, tell us who have brought this misfortune upon us. What is your business? Where are you from? What is your country? Of what people are you?" "I am a Hebrew," he replied. "I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made both sea and land." And the men were greatly terrified, and they asked him, "What have you done?" And when the men learned that he was fleeing from the service of the Lord, for so he told them, they said to him, "What must we do to make the sea calm around us?" For the sea was growing more and more stormy. He answered, "Heave me overboard, and the sea will calm down for you, for I know this terrible storm has come upon you upon my account." Nevertheless, the men rowed hard to regain the shore, but they could not, for the sea was growing more and more stormy about them. Then they cried out to the Lord, "Oh, please, Lord, do not let us perish on account of this man's life, and do not hold us guilty for killing an innocent person." For you, O Lord, by your will have brought this about. And they heaved Jonah overboard, and the sea stopped raging. The men feared the Lord greatly and offered sacrifice to the Lord and made vows. The Lord provided a huge fish to swallow Jonah, and Jonah remained in the fish's belly for 3 days and 3 nights. Jonah prayed to the Lord his God from the belly of the fish, and he said, "In my trouble I called to the Lord, and he answered me. From the belly of Sheol I cried out, and you who heard my voice, you cast me into the depths, into the heart of the sea. The floods engulfed me. All of your breakers and billows swept over me. I thought I was driven away out of your sight. Would I ever again gaze upon your holy temple? The waters closed in over me, and deep engulfed me. Weeds twined around my head, and I sank to the base of the mountains, and the bars of the earth closed upon me forever. Yet you brought my life up from the pit. O Lord my God, when my life was ebbing away, I called to the Lord to mind, and my prayer came before you. Into your holy temple, they who cling to empty folly forsake their own welfare. But I, with loud thanksgiving, will sacrifice to you. What I have vowed, I will perform. Deliverance is the Lord." And the Lord commanded the fish, and it spewed up Jonah and up upon the dry land. The word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time. "Go at once to Nineveh, that great city, and proclaim to it what I tell you." Jonah went at once into Nineveh in accordance to the Lord's command. Jonah started out, and he made his way into the city, a distance of 1 day's walk across, and proclaimed, 40 days more, and Nineveh shall be overthrown." The people of Nineveh believed God. They proclaimed a fast, and great and small alike put on sackcloth. When the news reached the king of Nineveh, he rose from his throne, took off his robe, put on sackcloth, and sat in ashes. And he had the word cried throughout Nineveh, "By decree of the king and his nobles, no man or beast, of flock or herd, shall taste anything. They shall not graze, they shall not drink water. They shall be covered with sackcloth, man and beast, and shall cry mightily to God. Let everyone turn back from his evil ways, from the injustice of which he is guilty. And who knows but that God may turn and relent. He may turn back from his wrath, so we do not perish." God saw what they did and how they were turning back from their evil ways. God renounced the punishment he had planned to bring upon them and did not carry it out. Well, this displeased Jonah greatly, and he was grieved. He prayed to the Lord, saying, "Oh Lord, isn't this just what I said when I was in my own country? This is why I fled beforehand to Tarshish. For I know that you are a compassionate and a gracious God, slow to anger and abounding in kindness, renouncing punishment. Please, Lord, take my life, for I would rather live than die." Or I'd rather die than live, excuse me. And the Lord replied, "Are you that greatly grieved?" Now Jonah left the city, and he found a safe place in the east of the city. He made a booth there and sat there under the shade, so he could see what happened to the city. The Lord God provided a rinkus plant, which grew up over Jonah to provide shade for his head and saved him from discomfort. Jonah was very happy about the plant. But the next day, at dawn, God provided a worm, which attacked the plant so it withered, and when the sun rose, God provided a sultry east wind. The sun beat down on Jonah's head, and he became faint. He begged for death, saying, "I would rather die than live." God said to Jonah, "Are you so deeply grieved about the plant?" "Yes," he replied, "so deeply that I want to die." Then the Lord said, "You cared about the plant, which you did not work for, which you did not grow, appeared overnight, and perished overnight. And should I not care about Nineveh, that great city, in which there are more than 120,000 persons who do not yet know their right hand from their left, and many beasts as well?"
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, tzur kol haolamim, tzadik bechol hadorot, ha'el ha'ne'eman, ha'omer ve'oseh, hamdaber umkayem, shekol devarav emet v'tzedek, al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al ha'nevi'im, ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh, ve'al yom ha'kippurim hazeh, Shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limnucha limchila v'lislicha ulchapara lichavod ultifaret. Al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach umvarchim otach yiparach shimcha befi kol chai tamid leolam va'ed udevarcha emet v'kayam la'ad baruch ata Adonai Melech mochel v'soleach v'la'avanotenu v'la'avanot amo beit Yisrael uma'avir ashmotenu b'chol shana v'shana Melech al kol ha'aretz mekadesh ha'shabbat v'Yisrael v'yom ha'kippurim. You can relax. We will be here until, we will not start before 5:15 because people are expecting to be here for Yisker at that time. There will be a short break between Yisker and Ne'ilah, but in the meantime, you're welcome to sit, relax, just be.